So here today in this video we're gonna discuss about the friction. So first of all, you all have to know that what actually friction is. So basically friction is a force. What? Friction is the force which is opposed to the body. Friction is the force which opposes the body of the moving object. For suppose if the body is moving, for suppose if the cycle or one person is moving on the cycle, right? So some after some time that cycle will stop, or if I stop that cycle, so means I am opposing that cycle, right? I am opposing means I am stopping that cycle. Fine, when I oppose that cycle, so the force which I applied, that force is called as friction force. So basically the friction is defined as the friction, here you can see the friction which oppose the motion of moving bodies. The friction which oppose the motion of moving bodies is called as friction. So now here we have two types of friction. So here you can see those are basically friction. Friction can be static friction or dynamic or kinetic energy friction. Why I gave here the dynamic or kinetic energy? Because as kinetic energy is also the motion which is present due to the moving any object. So dynamic is moving any object, right? And now static friction. Now what actually static friction is? Static friction is, for suppose when a body is in the rest, or we can say when one surface is in the rest and other surface is called as static friction. So means the body should be in rest, that is static friction, right? After that dynamic means the body is moving in a motion. So here in the static we have limiting friction. This is the type of the static friction. What is that? When the body just on the point of the sliding. For suppose if here we have one slide, and one boy is coming over here. Right, one boy is coming there. So the boy is sitting over here. This is called the limiting friction. Limiting friction. Fine. So basically when the body just on a point means ऐसा point जब body बैठी हुई है किसी भी slide पर of sliding called as limiting friction means now on this position the body in the rest, and this is the limiting friction. So limiting friction is also defined as, let me write here, it is also defined as the maximum static static force static force called as friction, right? So what does this mean? The maximum force लग रही है, let me write here, yeah, yeah. So the maximum force लग रही है कोई भी बॉडी के उस पर रेस्ट में है, ताकि वो रेस्ट में ही रहे बॉडी, और उस पर जितनी मैक्सिमम, इफ वी आर सपोज प्रोवाइडिंग द मैक्सिमम force, so that is called as friction. So that is called as limiting friction, right? After that, here in the second we have static friction and dynamic rolling friction. So static friction is basically the friction between the body and the surface. It is at rest. It's called as sliding friction. फ्रिक्शन ऐसा फ्रिक्शन जो कि किसी बॉडी में, सॉरी इट इज नॉट हेयर एट द रेस्ट, इट इज मोशन. तो स्लाइडिंग फ्रिक्शन वो फ्रिक्शन होती है जो कि बॉडी और सरफेस के बीच में जो एक फ्रिक्शन लगती है टू मूव दैट ऑब्जेक्ट, उस बॉडी ऑब्जेक्ट को स्लाइड करवाने के लिए, दैट इज नोन एज स्लाइडिंग फ्रिक्शन. Okay, and at the other we have the rolling friction. When one surface is rolling on another surface को rolling friction. जब एक सरफेस पे दूसरी कोई ऑब्जेक्ट रोल करेगा तो वो कहेगा रोलिंग फ्रिक्शन. बट हियर इन द रोलिंग फ्रिक्शन व्हाट विल हैपन? In the rolling friction, the only little bit part of the body will touch the ground. Let me write here. Little, sorry, little part of body will touch the ground. Will ठीक है, बॉडी का बहुत ही छोटा पार्ट जो कि ग्राउंड पे टच करेगा। हमने वो देखा भी हुआ है। इफ समवन हियर वी हैव व्हाट, हियर वी हैव द सरफेस एंड sorry, here we have the surface, and if on the surface the car wheel or any cycle wheel is moving, so that will not put the the whole wheel part will be not on that, we can say, surface, but only the little bit part will be over there, so that is called a rolling friction. Hopefully you know, you have taken some idea from this and you get something new from this. So if you like this video, so go share with your friends, with your family, with your family members. So bye bye. Bye bye.